And hello and what is up, friends? Today I'm going to be sharing with you exactly how I grow in deep water culture in the summer without using any water chillers whatsoever. Now there is a couple of things that you will need to do on your part in order to keep water temperatures at a certain parameter, and there's no denying that when you're growing in deep water culture, your temperature of your water, it is absolutely critical to stay under 78 degrees, and I like to start my cold temperatures anywhere around 62. Now I do have a method to where I do water changes, and I do it about every 2 days, and this will become less frequent as the plant gets more mature. And as the root mass increases, we're not gonna need to do this water exchange as often as we are doing it now. More than likely, what I'm gonna be doing would be just adding colder water into the reservoir. But since we are starting from seed and it is rather a small plant, right now would be the critical part in that plant's life, where it doesn't have a lot of roots and it depends a lot on the water temperature. Now come with me, let's go take a look at the plant. Let's go take a look at the deep water culture system that we're running, and I'm going to show you exactly how I keep those water temps down, what I do, what I feed, and pretty much you guys could decide if this is something you want to do in your future grows when it comes to deep water culture. But okay, friends, let's go take a look at it and see what we're working with. And this is the DWC system that I'm using. It is the Vivosun VGrow Box, but instead of using the wicking system, they have a separate attachment that you could grow in a DWC or deep water culture system in here as well, and it ties on perfectly onto the Vgrowbox to where you're able to look on your phone and look up the water temperatures and all your parameters. And if you guys are interested in any Vivosun product, be sure to use Grassing Class as a discount code on your way out in order to save you a couple of McChickens. When it comes to keeping a certain temperature in the water, which is very important if you're growing in deep water culture, it's very simple, and I have to change the water so far once every 2 days, and it goes as follows. I look on my phone, and as soon as I see the water temperature hit 77 degrees, I go ahead, I set up their next watering with the same nutrients, same pH, same ppm, and the nutrients that I use for this grow, it's Front Row AG, and I'm pretty sure that's one of the reasons I'm also able to do this. And the water quality stays so high, I'm pretty sure it's also because of the nutrients, and I'm able to pretty much like I said, once it hits 77 degrees in the DWC, I grab the next watering or the next feeding that I'm going to give it, and I put it inside of a freezer. If you don't have a freezer that could hold this amount of water, which is 4 gallons, you could do it individually in like 1 gallon jugs and do your nutrients that way in order to cool them down. But pretty much it takes about 3 hours to chill this down to probably around 60 degrees, which is somewhere around the temperature where I like to start. Once I'm ready and once this water is chilled enough, what I do is I bring another, let's say this is a 5 gallon bucket. I bring a 5 gallon bucket and I drain all of the water out of this. Once I drain all of it, I go ahead and fill it with this, and it's now able to go another 2 days without me having to change the water. Now, the water that I took out of there, I would pretty much leave out here, not in the light though, in a cool dark place for the next 2 days. And once this hits 77 degrees again, I put this in the freezer for a couple of hours, and then I change the water again. Since the plant is small, the ppm is right around 500. So as long as is within that range, I'm able to just keep on swapping the water. I also make sure the pH both on the water coming out and the water going in is usually around the same, and it usually stays like 6.0 in there, and then I add 5.9, which is perfect. But so far, this is something that I do every 2 days, and like I mentioned earlier, you're not going to have to do this for much longer, probably within like the first 2 weeks of the plant's life. But once the plant starts drinking about 1 gallon a day, all I'm going to be doing is just adding colder water in, and then just keeping a temperature of around 65 to 70 degrees, which is optimal right there. But you could go all the way up to 78. I would not go above 78, but so far this is what I've been doing, and it's worked out great. I do want to mention that one of the reasons why I chose to go specifically this way, and I'll show you exactly how I have it, it is in clay pellets. It is because I did not want to put a seed in there that I didn't know the characteristics of that strain. Is it going to be a tall? Is it going to be a short plant? So what I did in order to cheat a little bit was I hatched the seeds, and then I put them in a solo cup where I grew them for probably like around 1.5 weeks maybe, or like 7 days. Then I noticed which plants were the tallest, which plants were the shortest, and this plant here happened to be the shortest out of all the seeds that I had popped, which was around 7 of this same strain. Again, it looked like it was going to be the shortest plant. That's how come I chose it. And then I took it out of the solo cup, rinsed off as much cocoa as I could, and then I placed it in the little net cup with the clay pellets. And it was just enough for like the end of the roots to just touch the water. And that's how I chose to start this season, in order to be able to choose more accurately a shorter plant, which is definitely a must when it comes to growing in small spaces like this. I have failed at it twice already, so I did not want to take any chances on failing again. And this is what I had to do pretty much in order to make sure that I'm not going to be growing too tall of a plant and it's going to become a mess in here. But yeah, guys, this is pretty much the start of the DWC. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments. Is doing this every 2 days worth it in order to keep a healthy and beautiful plant? And what do you guys think of the grow in the, or what do you guys think of the DWC system inside of the VGrow box? And as always, friends, I'm not going to take any more of your time because I want you to watch the rest of my videos. So until next time, this is Grass in Class signing out. Peace.